give it up for a History Larson with Tom Larson.
Yes!
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being here. My name is Tom Larson, and this is a History Larson. Tonight's History Larson concerns the Tuskegee Airmen. The Tuskegee Airmen were a very famous group of aerial hotshots, if you will, who were active during World War II. They're notable mostly for being comprised entirely of African Americans. There were also a couple of Cubans, I think, in there. But most of them were black. And this was a big deal because this took place in the 1940s when segregation and prejudice and racism was still very prominent in much of American culture. So the Tuskegee Airmen broke down and expanded a lot of ethical, moral, and cultural barriers. Besides that, they were also very skilled pilots. But a lesser known fact about the Tuskegee Airmen, besides their skills as pilots and trailblazing kind of cultural revolutionaries that they were, is that the Tuskegee Airmen were also very brilliant military strategists. They were very good in military strategy. This group of all African American pilots, they were all black. Very smart, very tactical, all African American group of pilots during World War II. What they would do on the eve of a battle, right before they were about to go into combat with the German air fleet, Luftwaffe, the Tuskegee Airmen, this all African American group of pilots, would sneak into the German airfield under cover of darkness at night, and they would steal the radios out of all the German airplanes. Unbeknownst to the German pilots, who would then get into their airplanes in the morning and fly off to battle, not realizing that their radios had been stolen. They were able to communicate with one another and kind of disintegrate into an unorganized mass cluster, and the Tuskegee Airmen would pick them off one by one. And then afterwards, the Tuskegee Airmen would take those radios and sell them at pawn shops. To raise money for the war effort. Another little known fact about the Tuskegee Airmen, this group of all African American black pilots, travelers, talented group of people back in the 1940s, World War II, is later on in the war, after Germany fell, the Tuskegee Airmen, when they were up against the Japanese Empire, on the eve of a battle, before they were about to go into battle, they would sneak into the Japanese airfields under cover of darkness when everyone was asleep. And they would steal the hubcaps of all the Japanese airplanes. And I don't know if you know this, but the hubcaps are an integral part of the landing gear system of the airplane. So the Japanese pilots would get in their airplane in the morning, not realizing their hubcaps had been stolen, and then they would fly off to battle. But when they returned, upon landing, the wheels would fall apart because the hubcaps weren't there to hold them together, and the planes would crash and explode and kill the pilots. And that's how the kamikaze was invented. Thank you guys very much. My name is Tom Larson.